Hello once again. Welcome back to Marital Vows to Verdict. In our last video, we talked about impediments. We talked about things that will stop you from getting legally married under the Act. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about things that can stop you from getting married traditionally. Traditionally. Now, when you're talking about traditions, you know that traditions varies. There are different cultures and traditions in Nigeria. Now, number one thing we have to understand is when it comes to tradition, your love, no matter how you love your partner, it cannot beat some of these traditions. Yes, some persons have gone outside these laws out of love, they've done other things, they've gotten married, they didn't care, even if the family didn't approve, they didn't care. But at the long run, they had to reunite. At the long run, they had to reunite with their family, they had to make peace, they had to settle some of these things because we are all rooted from somewhere. We have a root. So now, when it comes to our traditions, love is not the only thing that is necessary in marriage. Now, some of these impediments we are going to list here, like I said, cultures differs. Maybe your culture might be different from my culture. So generally, I'm just going to list out few of these impediments. And please, if you know some that we are not aware of, maybe a culture, maybe your culture, there's something your culture does, or maybe something you've heard before, please do well to put it under the comment section. We'll go through it, and in our next video, we'll talk about it. Thank you. So now, quickly, let's rush to this impediment. Let's rush to these impediments. Number one is when the family does not approve. If the family does not approve, please, it is an impediment. Or let's say an unpaid bride price. Yeah, a lot of persons are guilty when it comes to this because some places like in Nigeria where there are a lot of hustlers, places like Lagos, places like Abuja, we have I think there's a marriage I'm aware of in Abuja. They call it Abuja marriage, where the young lady came to hustle in Abuja. She meets another young man in Abuja. They decide to live together. Before you know, procreation starts. Abuja marriage. Now, when a dowry is not paid, I'm sorry, that is not a marriage. Traditionally, dowry is very, very important. Bride price is very, very important. So yes, you need to do that. If dowry is not paid, it is an impediment. A lot of marriages are going through challenges today because maybe at the long run she married a young man and proper things were not done. Maybe the man dies and she goes to the in-laws with children. They say, no, 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 we do not know you. It has caused a lot of challenges for women. Some men, I know of a tradition like the Idoma tradition. There is a part of Idoma in Nigeria from Benue State that if you get married without bride price, maybe you pregnant their daughter or something, when that happens, if the daughter dies, if their child dies, you have to come and perform the rites. You will marry the corpse. You will get married all over again. You will pay bride price. You will do everything. You buy drinks. You do everything. And then some, if they have a child for you, the family will collect the child. Like I said, culture differs. This is a culture I'm aware of, and that's why I'm talking about them. Now, if you have a child for them, and you've not paid the bride price of their daughter, that child belongs to them. And when you want to come and take this child, you have to do everything again necessary. You have to, as if you are marrying your daughter. because you have to pay money, do all the rights. What you are supposed to do for the mother, you will do it before this girl can start coming to your house. The girl can start, or the boy can start calling you daddy again. That is how it is done. So that's why when the family does not approve, when you've not paid bride price, this is an impediment. Now, the next impediment we're going to talk about is cultural taboos. What there are cultures. I remember while growing up, we used to hear of these Osun people from the eastern part of Nigeria, where I don't know, where home videos portray them to be like outcasts. So most times getting married from such places is also always very difficult. Cultural taboos. And also there's also a part of Idoma that I'm aware of again, that they have so much traditional things, traditional rights, where you will see this. They call it in Nigeria, they call it aleku. So it stands there as an impediment. Now you will now see that some families will not want their children to get married from those cultures, because some of them, their laws are so strict that if you violate one of those laws, it will cost you your life. Some, it cost them their husband's life. Now, we're not even just talking about the cheating aspect now. No. There are some that you need to take permission before you give your mother money. You need to take permission before you do this and all those things. So now these cultural restrictions are things that most family considers rather, and they do not allow their children to get married to such people. No, they said, no, we don't want it. And that is it. So the next thing is tribal or religious difference. Yeah, tribal or religious difference. This part is actually very sensitive, because a lot of love stories have ended. A lot of sweet love stories have ended because of cultural or religious difference. When the families do not permit, their religion do not permit, you will see no matter the love, no matter the affection, they end up not getting married. These are impediments. These are things that hinders people from getting married. Growing up, I have a friend who used to love a young lady so much, but their religious difference could not permit it. Her parents were on the strict side of the religion, and no matter their love, no matter how they profess their love, show to their parents that they love each other, the parents frustrated the relationship. That at the end of the day, they couldn't get married. So these few that I've mentioned, like I said, cultural impediments, these few that I've mentioned are the impediments, are things that could hinder you, that could stop you from getting married to the love of your life. Yeah, the love of your life, that person you love so much. Do some inquiries, ask questions, make sure, don't be at that. Some people have dated for some people 8 years, 7 years, 6 years, and you've not made these necessary inquiries. Then after, when it's time to get married, you begin to hear stories like this, and then you feel so heartbroken. Please, immediately you're in a relationship and you see it's heading somewhere, you see that okay, there's a green light, please make these necessary inquiries, both legally and traditionally, religiously, so that you will not be heartbroken at the end of the day. You'll not be heartbroken at the end of the day. So once again, it was nice having this moment with you all. Please, if you have not hit the subscribe button, please do, because we are going to enjoy ourselves. We are going to discuss, like I told you in our previous videos, that we're going to be having live sections where I will be inviting some of my colleagues, my friends who are who are divorce lawyers, because when we get to that stage, we want to deal so much with it, because that is where most issues come from. That is where most issues come from. Yes, this video is just to help you understand, to start the proper foundation, so that when you're building your marriage on it, you will enjoy your marriage. Once again, welcome to Marital Vows to Verdicts. See you in our next video, and bye-bye.